I think Keighley is a really nice place because the community around Keighley, they're friendly, and often when you walk past people, they say hi to you and I'll give you away from their gardens.
There's a lot of space in Keighley for anyone that comes to visit.
It's all quite old, and it's actually older than Bradford, which, even though Bradford is bigger, it started before Bradford.
It started off as a marketplace and then it grew into a industrial town.
I think if this project comes online, it'll be absolutely brilliant. Not just for the school, I've got to say, but for the community as a whole. Because as the project's called, Inspiring Communities, and for me, my community is young people. And when we had an assembly with the head teacher, they were all inspired. They didn't all come rushing to me, especially the lad, and they all came to me quietly. "Sir, can we be part of this?" And I said, "Of course you can." But we had a small group, I couldn't actually get them all involved, but they're all so keen to be involved because they don't get a chance to show what's positive that goes on in their neighbourhood. Talking about positive things in your community actually empowers young people because then it makes them feel good. Not just about the community, about the school, about their friends and wherever they live.
I live in Devonshire Street and I think it's a nice place there because there's not a lot of cars come through there, and it's quite sunny around that place and people can just relax, and also there's a local shop right next to where I live, so we can tend to buy things, and it's just like 35 seconds away from our house.
Within the school curriculum, we do something that's called SEAL, Social Emotional Aspects of Learning, and it's about them understanding who they are as people and developing the skills that they need for work, the skills that they need to be good community people, and skills they need to be good citizens.
I love dance and drama. And
that is an ethos that underpins all that we do, and attitudes, and that comes through every single lesson that we teach in school. We also teach citizenship, which is very specifically about understanding the role of a citizen, the community, the place that young people have in that community. We have already 2 young people that are representatives in the Youth Parliament for Keighley, and that supports all the work that they're trying to do.
Keighley as a community as a whole is a close community, and the young people don't really know much, and what they actually do know is what they actually see from their immediate families or friends. I.e., if your dad's a taxi driver, sometimes the aspiration is I want to be a taxi driver. If he has a takeaway or a restaurant, there's nothing wrong with that. I think as a society, as teachers, our job's to broaden their horizon, and having something like this is something practical that they can do. It doesn't mean if you work on a film that you're going to be in front of a camera. There's so many jobs that are behind the cameras, and I know a lot of young people would be brilliant script writers. They could do the directing. They may not be the best of actors, but they could do so many different jobs, and hopefully that can actually inspire them.
I get really shy in front of the camera, but I'd like to be behind the camera.
I think the director is a very important part in the movie because if it wasn't for him, then some of the people won't know what to do.
I like to grow up someday and become a designer and design clothes and other things for actresses.
I'd probably either like to be cameraman or director.
I like to boss people around mostly.
Do the script. I don't like being in front of the camera, and I'm more like at English.
I think I like to edit because when you watch films and then after that sometimes they do behind the scenes and they go and talk to the editor, and sometimes the editor shows you how he does his work and it looks interesting.
What I like about this project is working with a different school, with a different set of groups and different dynamics. Because if you look at Wyke, it's a predominantly white school, and if you look at Greenhead, it's a predominantly Asian school. And I think they both have the same difficulties. And if you're getting young people from 2 different communities getting together, sharing their positives, because they don't realise they have more similarities than they have differences.
Working with a project with another school, I think, is a great opportunity for us, because you could tell other people from different communities about your community and what's great about it, and then they could perhaps tell us about their community. Basically, just mix it all up and just make friends and things.
Some people might think that it's not good mixing with Asian people, and they can learn that if that Asian people are okay, they're just like them.
And the only way they're going to realise that is when they actually meet each other and they actually use the jaw. I normally say to them in school, don't use the jaw and use the mind. And on this occasion, I'll be saying to you, use your jaw. It's actually communicating, and it's an important skill.